you come in, I think someone was making a comment that some of the care, and these are some of the things that could maybe make your visa be revoked. So people in the care homes trying to preach to
That is part of
bringing
understanding
your
the system.
culture and trying to impact it onto someone.
You know,
So
I worked at a place, Rachel.
so you
Rachel, I worked at a place. And the lady, in fact, I will say it as it is. The lady, I worked at this special
needs, yeah.
school. And all of a sudden, this new immigrant now came in. You know, the kids, the autistic and all that.
Yeah.
This lady now said, oh, can you imagine? The boy was just jumping around. I had to now, I ministered to that boy. I prayed for that boy. And I'm like, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah. I said, no, you are not allowed to do that.
You're not
You know
allowed
what
to
she said?
do.
No, what God cannot do does not exist. Because
So you're
Africa
saying
is hard.
you're saying
they are
there's no
coming-
freedom back home.
Hello.
Hello. Welcome to
Conversation on the car.
It's me, Rachel, and
Sebi.
is it okay for me to say Happy New Year?
No, we are not.
We are
need
not.
Yeah, like our last video, we need to stay focused, you know. Yeah, it's time to be focused.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
is. It
it's
is.
a year of no distraction. If we keep saying Happy New Year, then we are not moving. We need to move from here. Yeah.
True, that's very true. If it's your first time joining us, please remember to like,
yeah.
comment, share, and subscribe. And also hit that notifications
Notification
button
button.
so that if any of our new videos come out, you will be the first person to be notified.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
And today, Toby, I thought we should, scratch the surface a little bit.
Yeah.
On rather a very sensitive issue.
And when we are scratching the surface, it could be hurtful. And
it could be hurtful, but then we'll navigate it.
Yeah.
It's about the ongoing immigration rules.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Oh, Rachel is hard because, with the new Home Secretary, has changed everything. Like, you're not allowed now to bring in your dependent because, whereby you got a contract to go to the next country to go work, definitely you want your loved ones.
You want to carry your
And
loved
what is happening
ones.
with UK? Because UK used to believe in family.
Is that the dependent? Is that for only the healthcare visa? Or is it because you have students as well who come with dependents?
Yeah. They now make it more. It's not like you can't bring them, but they make it more difficult. As a student, you have to come for your doctorate degree before you are able to bring in your dependent, or maybe you are here for a research or something. And you doing that, definitely you have something going on for you back at home. You might not even want to bring your dependent thing. So, and for the care work visa, now the CQC, which is the Care
Quality Commission, yeah.
Yeah, they need to now regulate the care home bringing them in. You have to be able to offer whoever you are bringing in
work
a certain amount.
That also changed for the family visas
Yeah.
because I came to join my spouse, which was also the same route.
Yeah,
and back then your spouse was supposed to be earning about 18,600.
18,600.
Yeah, but now it's going to about 29.
Even we with that, we are here.
Wow.
Exactly.
That's even above what a teacher earns.
Exactly.
That's
So
above
it
what,
is, yeah,
a cleaner will
will
earn.
earn.
What
Yeah,
some
yeah.
people in healthcare
They're
as
just trying to
well.
make it difficult because they believe those that came in brought in loads of dependents that is now weighing on the economy. So due to that factor, that is why they are now trying to make it truly UK needs health workers, needs people to come in. But now they now want to reduce the
But
dependence.
I think it is good for a commission to be in place to regulate the agencies,
Yeah.
because we've had situations whereby, what it is like here. If a company hires an agency to get workers for it, they
Yeah.
will pay the agency money for that.
Exactly.
That
Yeah.
includes flights, it
Yeah.
includes their
At times
administration fees,
accommodation. Yeah.
accommodation,
Yeah.
everything will be catered for.
Yeah.
So the citizen out there coming into the
Yeah.
UK
Yeah.
doesn't need to pay anything. But then you
Exactly.
find the agency now extorting extra money
Exactly. Yeah.
from.
And you see some people, the sad part of it is that you see people selling their houses, selling their properties
Yes.
just to relocate to the UK.
Yes, and
And
because they have, what is it called, that certificate of sponsorship,
yeah, certificate of sponsorship.
they have actually misused it.
Yeah.
So they are giving everyone a certificate.
In fact, the
and
way the Home Secretary said it, he said it's been abused.
it's been abused. So the
Yeah.
person comes in and there is no work. Imagine you've sold your belongings.
Yes. So it's as if you are naked.
Yes.
There's nothing back at
You're
all.
going back home
And you
to
are
do
going
what?
to a new land that you don't even know anything about. And at the end of the day, you are not getting anything.
What would you be
return.
going home to do?
Yeah.
There is literally nothing there for you. So it's already difficult as
a
it
sad
is.
case. A lot of issues, Rachel. In fact, there's this documentary that Sky did that a lot of people were made homeless because they can't go back home.
No.
With all they've spent, they can't go back home. So they are just stuck here with no accommodation.
But then the thing is that
no job.
you
That's
go
so
back home to
painful.
what? People have sent you away thinking you've gone to
Rachel,
make it.
I'll ask you, do you think the UK is just being overrated with the way people see it in Africa?
I think we come with too many expectations
my
of
dear.
what they show us on TV.
Of what they show us on
Yeah.
TV.
So we think it's all nice, rosy.
Exactly.
You're earning money. It's just money, money,
Some
money.
of the immigrants, some of them even fall into depression. Like, oh wow, because at times I'm sorry to say, okay, with the rate of pounds to naira from where I come from, Nigeria, is like 1,500. And you tell them maybe back at home that you are earning 1,002 pounds, 1,200 pounds as your salary, and they now
Convert it for you
convert it.
immediately. Yeah.
And at the end of the day, oh my God, you are collecting millions. Because in Africa, it runs into millions.
You said your rate is how much?
How
The
much
naira
then?
is how much to a pound?
1,500.
Let me shock you. Ours is 4,700.
So
with
definitely, right now, I'm a millionaire
with my
in your country.
1,000 pounds. That is 4 million. I'm a big girl.
So you can imagine the way they see it. And at the end of the day, when you now get here, you get an accommodation of 700.
Your rent has covered 80%.
Okay, you get an accommodation of 700. Maybe you are collecting 1,002. You get an accommodation of 700. You pay electricity 200. You pay maybe childcare. And that childcare, girl,
And I think
is really an issue too.
speaking about childcare, they did mention that most of the dependents that are coming in, a certain small percentage is actually contributing to the economy.
Exactly.
So we come with expectations. Sometimes we leave our very good jobs and we come to to outside countries thinking, okay, it's really nice, forgetting that you're going to be starting from scratch.
And I think
Before I forget, there's a lady that made a comment and I would like to say it.
okay.
She said that some of us arrive abroad in the evening those are people that will live back home, like you've come, you're already in your late
Yeah.
20s,
Yeah.
30s, you're coming to live, to restart afresh.
Fresh.
And then there are those that come in the afternoon. Those are ones that probably came to do a postgraduate diploma
Yeah.
or do their masters and then start afresh. And
we
then
people
we have
came
the
in
ones
the
that came
morning.
in the morning. Those are our kids that have been born
Yeah,
here.
They are
So
in the system already.
they have a lot of time to plan for their
Yeah.
life. But you who is coming, you're in your 30s, in your 40s,
And I
you're
think-
starting afresh.
Yeah.
That frustration.
Yeah. And I think with, the dependents, I won't blame them because, okay, you coming from maybe Nigeria, from Africa, you've gotten your work permit already. You bringing in your dependents. Some of the dependents are even trying to settle into the system, figure it out.
Figure it out.
Yeah. What about childcare? Because some, at the end of the day, this dependent, you brought in your child, you brought in your son, you brought in your daughter, and maybe they are still young. You can't leave them at home.
You can't. I think on average, it normally takes one
have
about
to
5 to 6 years to fully settle.
Into the system.
To
Yeah.
fully settle. And you imagine that's time lost that you
Exactly.
can't recover
Some
back.
of them are going through depression. In fact, some incidents are happening on social media, especially the singles that came in. They think they can just go on the internet and get people to marry because you need to key into the system because you want to become citizen. Rachel, is a sad case. There are some guys from Nigeria that they deported because they are speaking to these underage girls on TikTok. You are talking to them on Snapchat. You are chatting with them, and at the end of the day,
And I think this is what we discussed about the other time, not understanding the laws of the land.
not
It's
understanding the culture.
not understanding the culture, because
Yeah.
even on your dependent visa, you're not allowed to claim any
Benefits.
kind of benefit.
They've written it there that no recourse to public funds.
If you exceed the amount of time they've allowed you to work, then you claiming, in your subsequent application, you could be
So, yeah.
denied.
And there are some things that you can cover up in Africa. Here, everything is recorded.
It is.
There is nothing that can be swept under the carpet. All of a sudden, in 20 years' time, they are bringing it out. So you just want to understand the system and just live by their rules and regulations.
Yeah, find as much information as you
Information.
can. Give yourself time as well when you come here.
Yeah, there is this saying that information is life.
But
In the UK, information matters. Yeah, ask question. Ask, even when you get to your place of work, don't think you know it all. You've gone through the training. Ask question, because there are things you sign during your contract. They give you a sheet to sign. Yeah, this is your contract.
You
and
could
signed
take
it.
extra shifts. You're like, let me bag extra
Yeah.
shifts. But are you actually allowed? Because your employer will then put in
Yeah.
your tax claim.
Exactly.
You
yeah.
know? And then they will look at how much you're earning vis-a-vis how much they allowed you
Exactly.
to work.
Okay, like the student now, they are allowed to work for 20 hours.
20 hours.
But I think when they are on holidays, they are allowed to work as much as they could. But during that 20 hours, they want to see it in your documentation, pay slip, that you are working that 20 hours. If you are doing anything outside that, it will affect when you are trying. All these things matters. Yeah, we are just trying to advise the new immigrants that are coming in. We are not.
And even if you're
totally.
thinking of it, honestly, take your time.
Yeah.
Me actually, my major problem is with agencies extorting extra money from
Yeah.
from people. It's
A lot of
It
issues
is
happen,
a
and it's
shame,
not
yeah.
fair. It's not fair on those people because they come here into the UK, and at the end of the day, some of them didn't get jobs, and some that even got jobs, they are not even finding it easy. Accommodation, bills.
you
here
need
and
to
there.
remember that if you've not gotten a job right from when you're leaving your home country and you're coming here, expect to start from somewhere. It might be at the bottom and then
Yeah.
work yourself
Yeah.
up, and it is actually doable. It's very, very doable. Anyone can do it. But
Yeah, UK is a beautiful
Very.
place. You enjoy the system. It's a working system. I always tell people that UK is a working system. Yeah, if you really plan your life, UK is a place that when you plan your life in the next 5 years, that this is where I want to be. when you are focused and you're serious about it, you'll get there, you know. But yet you need to understand the system, you need to understand the culture, you need to understand how it works. If you're not understanding the system, it's not going to work for
And
you.
also, when you come in, I think someone was making a comment that some of the and these are some of the things that could maybe make your visa be revoked. So people in the care homes trying to preach to
That is part of understanding
bringing your
the system.
culture and trying to impact it onto someone.
You know,
So
I worked at a place, Rachel.
so you
Rachel, I worked at a place. And the lady, in fact, I will say it as it is. The lady, I worked at this special
needs, yeah.
school. And all of a sudden, this new immigrant now came in. You know, the kids, the autistic and all that.
Yeah.
This lady now said, can you imagine? The boy was just jumping around. I had to now, I ministered to that boy. I prayed for that boy. And I'm like, you're not allowed to do that. Yeah. I said, no, you are not allowed to do that.
You're not allowed to
I
do.
said, no, what God cannot do does not exist. Because there's this prayer we joined in Africa. They call it NSPPD. They say, what God can, so there's this slogan we use. What God cannot do does not exist. I say, hey, you are not allowed to do this. You know, just understand the system. When you understand the system, it's not like they are not believers here. Your manager might even be a good Christian, but understand the system. Work with the culture.
Time and place for everything.
Everything, yeah. Understand the system. Understand how it works. You know, a guy was telling me. I saw it on he wasn't telling me. I saw it on the social media. He said, "Now get into your place of work." And just trying to discuss, telling just
your
trying
colleagues
to form a pity party that this is what happens. Do your work and go back. Do your shift and go back home. You don't have to be sharing your life with your. Who knows? Maybe it's that information you are giving to them, and they keep watching you like you just have to be careful. Understand the system. Ask questions. Ask for information. Information is life.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So we are not immigration experts
exactly.
by
We are just
any
trying to advise
means.
our fellow Africans that are coming in that the most important thing about it is understanding the system. We feel what you're feeling. If you are going through our time, UK is a beautiful place. You will enjoy it. You just try to understand the system, and it will definitely
work for you. I think it's safe to say that you need to know the laws of the land. And also a heads up that people who are looking at inviting their friends and family on a family route have got to now look for 1 or 2 jobs. Because the price has increased. It's increasing from April.
Exactly, from April.
So until next time, it's been Rachel and
Tebby
on
Conversation on the Couch.
Bye. Bye.